Today I've decided to follow in the path of over 5 million Britons to visit one of 500 beautiful stately homes, gardens, monuments and coastal properties that are cared for by the National Trust in England. This is Polesden Lacey, and it's just 25 miles outside of London, with gorgeous grounds and a stunning main house, just perfect for such a wonderful summer's day. My name is Philip Saunders and this is Travel in the Know. Welcome. This, the main house, was the weekend retreat of Margaret Greville. From the illegitimate daughter of a brewer to friend of kings and queens, this house is overflowing in social history. She continued to host the great and the good of the day for 30 years, where Winston Churchill, Charlie Chaplin, Queen Ina of Spain, and of course dear friends like the Queen Mother and King George VI. Lucky enough to have Jamie and David with me, two volunteers, and volunteers are absolutely critical to the National Trust.
I volunteered here actually for 42 years, which is probably as long as anybody. I enjoy it simply because it's a lovely place to be. That's number one. We're helping people to enjoy nature, to enjoy history, and to enjoy just a peaceful day out. For many people, that's hard to find. It's just lovely to be part of a volunteer group who are all so friendly. So staff, volunteers, all feel part of a great team.
Jamie?
To have this nearby is fantastic for people to walk in the grounds and come to a house that probably they at first don't know much about, but get to know through staff and volunteers.
This is the Central Hall, and it's where guests staying at Polesden Lacey would be greeted. It's the oldest part of the building and was dramatically remodelled by Polesden's last owner, Margaret Greville, when she acquired the property in 1907. In fact, the architects were Mewers and Davis, and they had recently completed the redesigned Ritz Hotel, and they reimagined this space wonderfully. There's also an exhibition about how to dress to impress. The exhibition attempts to bring together internationally significant paintings from the collection and match them with historic and contemporary fashion. Margaret Greville had many close royal friendships, including with Queen Mary, the consort of King George V. Margaret Greville was a wealthy and discerning collector of art and objects, and you can certainly see that across these paintings and objets d'art across the entire house. Polesden Lacey also has plenty of attractions for visitors besides the house and the gardens themselves. For example, just behind me, there's a National Trust gift shop, and this one even boasts a flower shop come nursery, really. And then there's also a coffee shop nearby, and right behind me, under the tarpaulin, a cafe as well, with a small lunchtime menu between 12 and 3 p.m. So I'm both starving and parched. Let's go and have a look. It's called the Granary Cafe, and it's a lovely area, both inside, plenty of space, but in the heat, I've decided to actually opt for going underneath the canopy, which is surprisingly cool. One of the advantages of eating here, apart from the fact they have a good choice of hot snacks and cold snacks, I think mine is arriving. Hello.
Ploughman?
Yes, that looks fantastic. It's the Ploughman's, and that's my red pepper soup. Oh, should I have brought some knives and forks? Do you mind? You are the kindest person. Thank you very much. So basically, my food has arrived on cue, and because we're at a National Trust estate with a farm nearby, in fact, I'm told there are some pigs roaming around, this rather dinky sausage roll is local, and the pigs may have a very limited life cycle here. But most of the ingredients are local. On the Ploughman's, I've got a sausage roll, I've got some apple, beautiful fresh apple on a summer's day, some coleslaw, a little bit of salad, some Stilton, and some cheddar, and pickled onion and pickled gherkin, as you would expect. Then a very generous pepper soup Just look at that. That looks absolutely great. And it comes also with a little bit of bread, a doorknob of bread included. And I've got a Pepsi as well, very unhealthy, and a glass full of ice. I thought that was a really nice touch at what is, just a cafe. They're able to give me a glass of ice. How much does this all come to? £20 and 25 pence. I would say that is a little steep, but having said that, all of the profits go to the National Trust. Thank you. I'm going to be pretty impolite. I'm going to drink my soup because I don't have a spoon, but let's see. This should be good. Oh, yeah. That is absolutely lovely. This is a very nicely pureed soup. Lovely red pepper flavour, very deep, very smooth. A nice little bits of seeds and pepper pureed in there. That's a good hearty soup. Bread, always important too. It's a nice doorknob size bread. There's a wasp. Go away. Into my lovely soup, which isn't for you, Mr. Wasp. Perfect. I'll keep some of the bread for the Ploughmans too. And also a sausage roll is a lot smaller than I expected, but I'm going to give it a go first of all, because it may be a local pig who has met his maker and is already here on this plate in the form of a sausage roll. Let's have a look. Crunchy pastry. And really nice, mildly seasoned pork filling. When it doesn't drop out. High quality sausage roll. Nice to know it's local, but definitely could be bigger. That's already half the sausage roll. Now I'm going to try one of my favourite cheeses straight away. That's definitely Stilton. And I'm going to pair it with this celery. Oh dear, I'm not very good about balanced on the end. I've always thought that celery and Stilton are a great match, and I definitely still do. It's a lovely, full-bodied Stilton, salty, blue-veined, plenty of flavour, and also left out of the fridge long enough to truly develop that flavour, so that's great. Huge piece of cheddar, so I look forward to seeing what that tastes like. A little bit on its own, first of all. Definitely a serious cheddar. Somewhere between medium and mature on the taste range, I'd say. Super creamy and very moory. It's a lovely local farmhouse cheddar. I always love my cheddar with a little bit of pickle, and here we've got the gherkin and the onion. Works well. Lightly pickled onion and a nice gherkin as well. Chutney in the middle. I say it's probably a beetroot chutney. Very nice. Coleslaw is fine. Nothing special, not particularly creamy, but it will do. It's passable. And then nice to have a little bit of salad, which has got a little bit of cucumber and tomato in it, if not too generous. Although you might not have considered it, it's a perfectly nice idea and actually a really traditional thing to do to enjoy your meal at the National Trust. And they often do cream teas as well, and are open from morning until afternoon. So you might be in for a surprise. We'll try and do a cream tea somewhere else in the near future. The Polesden Lacey estate actually spreads over some 1,600 acres with extraordinarily elegant gardens and sumptuous flowers as well. A lovely Edwardian house at the heart of a setting, and so many things to do to distract your attention, areas where you can relax and just sit out on the beautiful lawns taking in the sun. It's a lovely day trip. The National Trust assures us in its blurb that the gardens have hardly changed since medieval times. They have beautiful summer highlights with an abundant rose garden and stunning herbaceous borders. Deck chairs, as we've already seen on the south lawn, make it so easy to just have a relaxing day with the family, and it's not too crowded, I promise you. A royal honeymoon. What better setting than Polesden Lacey? The future King George VI and Queen Elizabeth, that's right, the Queen Mother, spent the first part of their 1923 honeymoon relaxing at Mrs. Greville's house. The Duke and Duchess travelled by train from Waterloo to Bookham. Cheering crowds met them and they lined the whole route to Polesden Lacey. Once they had arrived, they had a deliciously delightful honeymoon on an entire estate which was very much to themselves. I feel it's only right and fitting to thank Margaret Greville for this wonderful legacy. Such an amazing place to visit. But of course, the end of her story, unfortunately, was her death in 1942. And once she passed away, that society idea manifested itself in another way, I suppose. She wanted the largest number of people to be able to enjoy everything that Polesden Lacey had to offer, and therefore she left the entire estate to the National Trust. And for just £10 an hour, I think it is, you can participate in that most English of summer sports, croquet. Haven't played it since I was a kid. Sounds like fun. Must get the family down here. Well, standard admission is £17 for an adult and £8.50 for a child. That's from the age of 5 to 17. A family, 2 adults and up to 3 children is £42.50, so you're getting really good value with that ticket. And a 1 adult family will get a entrance price of £25.50. And another alternative is to actually join the National Trust on the day, which normally gives you free admission and also the advantage of free parking. For example, here you'd pay £4 to park for the day if you weren't a National Trust member. I've had a great time here at Polesden Lacey and can only recommend that you also visit it. It's an easy drive from London, and also you can take the train as well. So don't miss out and have a spectacular day in the countryside. This is Travel in the Know signing off, and Philip Saunders saying goodbye and see you soon.